On segment 2 tonight, a familiar name with a storied position in Bay Area history. The iconic music store, Tower Records, closed its doors 10 years ago.
KTVU Cellcast Anita takes a look now at Tower Records' influence on the San Francisco music scene.
Tower Records came to San Francisco when the city was at the center of the music world. It was opened in 1968 by Russ Solomon, who wanted to expand his family's Sacramento music store. The store became known for its glorious collection of music, records on vinyl, a record superstore that San Francisco and the world had never seen before.
Tower Records was the first major record store. I mean, you could go to a department store, maybe they have a record section. You can go to a little mom and pop record store. But until Russ Solomon and everybody from Sacramento, and they started expanding, and you could go to a tower in New York, you find those ubiquitous yellow bags everywhere. I still have one. Tower Records was it.
The store was open from 9 a.m. to midnight every day of the year, even on Christmas. Soon, rock stars like Elton John were frequent shoppers. Ben Marks is senior editor of Collectors Weekly based in San Francisco. He says the store had two heydays, one in the years after it first opened when vinyl was king.
I think the other heyday was when MTV and Thriller hit, because by then you now had CDs coming into the market, and a lot of people were replacing their record collections with CDs, and that was huge for Tower.
Tower grew to 75 stores and even opened in Japan. But it was the people of Tower Records, not just the records, that made the store a destination, as told in the Colin Hanks documentary All Things Must Pass, which chronicles the incredible rise and fall of Tower Records.
One key to the success of Tower Records, particularly in that period, is we had no dress code. I really believe that a lot of people wanted to come to work for us, young people especially, so they wouldn't have to be told how to dress.
The people who worked at Tower were musicians in many cases.
I got a job at Tower Records because that's the only place that I could get a job with my haircut. That is the truth.
What was it about the people that worked at Tower, and when you went in there you could expect a certain something?
You know, Tower had that spirit of kind of introducing people to music, and they were all kind of music geeks. They were nuts. They were crazy about all this stuff. And the people who knew rock, the people who knew soul, the people who knew jazz, they knew it upside down and backwards, and that's why they were working there.
You don't know me, but I'm
At the peak of Tower's popularity, Paul Wells was a young DJ known as the Lobster, on the air at the legendary San Francisco radio station KSAN.
It was my connections with the guys that worked at Tower and the women that worked at Tower. What's selling? You know, what's moving? What are people buying from what we played? Because that's how we determined to keep playing something or let it fade away.
Analysts say in the end, a changing music business, the advent of being able to get music through your computer on sites like Napster and iTunes, doomed the record store along with Tower's overly aggressive expansion. Now when passing by this corner, those who remember say they get a strange feeling.
I have to say, it's sort of the same feeling I get when I've driven by a place where I'd been in a traffic accident, you know? And you kind of look at it and go, yeah, that happened there. And it's like, you know, and you sort of wish it could be different, and it's never gonna be.
It is kind of strange to be in this parking lot and not to be able to go inside and buy records. This is a Walgreens now, but for those of us who were in San Francisco during the Tower Records years, this will always be Tower Records. In San Francisco, Sal Castaneda, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
You know, growing up in Berkeley, we had Leopold Records. That's where you shop. And Tower moved 2 doors down from Leopold on Durant in Berkeley. And you just did not go into Tower because Tower was considered the big bad chain store. You could shop at the one in San Francisco, but you didn't shop at the Tower Records.
You're like
Berkeley.
a traitor if you did?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. You just seriously did not go in there. That's Berkeley for you in the 70s.
It is. Yeah. It is Berkeley. We had a lot of Tower Records in the Seattle area. I remember we had a lot of memories going there, hunting for the right music. And
my kids have no idea what
they
a
don't.
record store is.